Alright YouTubers, I've mentioned this in a recent video. I'm going to show you how to make the awesomest, most wonderful, best ever history of the world fire starters. Now as soon as you get on YouTube and say something like that, there's going to be 1,000 people tell you you're wrong. That might be, but I think these are awesome. So what you need to start with is you need sawdust. If you live in a city, that's not always easy to find, but I suggest go up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and find a huge lumber yard that has mounds of this 10 feet high, and they won't care if you take away as much as you can carry. So that's what you're going to need first. Next, you're going to need paper egg cartons, as many as you can get. Eat a lot of eggs, or have people you know save egg cartons for you. I'm going to make about, I think I got 9, so there's going to be 9 dozen fire starters today. And the last thing you're going to need, candles. Lots and lots of wax. I always suggest going to the thrift store. I buy candles all the time, and I have a bunch of candles. And I'll show you what you got to do next. I'm going to take a big hammer or sledge, mini sledge or a big hammer, whichever you want. Take the candles, put them in a grocery bag, and hit them to break them down. And I usually take the wicks out, and sometimes you take a bigger candle, you take a screwdriver to it, helps break it down a little bit. You take that same sledge or hammer and you break it. And the reason you're doing this is just to make it melt faster. Sometimes you need a second bag. I'm going to do it on a fire, but you could also do it as a double boiler kind of thing. So get the wick out. Now you can take the wick out, you can put them in, it's not going to hurt anything. I just tend to take them out. Since I'm here, I'll do more. Take the wick out. I'm going to go do some more hammering. You don't need to see it all. Get the fire going. Put a can in there. And then you just start throwing candle chunks in there. Oh, shoot. You try to get it set so it's not going to tip over. Like I said, you can do this on a double broiler if you want. And you just let those start melting down. Open up your egg cartons and you get your awesome Michigan Upper Peninsula sawdust, and you put it in the egg cartons. And that's how you do it. Super fine or bits and chunks that's not ground down, is either way is fine. Okay, I'll give you one little secret. If you don't want to go through this effort, a good thing to do for fire starters is buy a Duraflame log. Just one, and then just break off chunks of it to start your fire. But we'll keep making these. And you take a pair of pliers, as such, and then you pour it into the mold. All right, I'm gonna put it back in the fire and put more candles in. All right, we'll move those out of the way. I know this is really simple, but I guess I'm being redundant anyways. This is how you make these fire starters. What we're gonna also do is I'm gonna make like a brick. You can make a brick. And then you can break these in half or put one great big one in there. I don't do this very often, but we're gonna do it. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not complicated. The hardest part is finding cheap candles, and that's where I bring the thrift store back into it. You can find cheap candles at the thrift store. All right. More. I think it's about time for a new can. See if I can make it through this. All right, this is burning. I think my can is done. Sometimes that happens. All right, we're done. All right, that can is done. I've used this for a couple, 3 years. It's time for a new one. There's 9 dozen fire starters. Pretty quick and easy. I used maybe 4 big candles, I think. I don't know, I lost track. Pretty simple. Paper egg cartons, sawdust, melted candles, or crayons. You can use crayons. But these, each one, you just break them off. You should be able to start a fire with 1. If you can't start a fire with 2, you shouldn't be trying to make fires. These will burn at least 10 minutes and like a flame. So they're pretty good. There's a lot of different ways to make fire starters. I learned these in the Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and to me, they're still the best way. There are other good ones, but these are my favorite. Hope this was helpful, quick and easy. Again, if you see me along your travels, ask me and I'll give you some fire starters. Have a great and wonderful day. I guess it's also an environmentally friendly way to recycle.